Level 1, the poster. You're not on the most wanted list yet. You're on a flyer at the post office that nobody reads. Bank robbery, small town, 3 cameras, face clear as day. You wore a hoodie, but forgot about the angle from the teller station. Amateur hour. The FBI opens a case, federal crime. But you're just a number. One agent, part-time, juggling 40 other cases. He'll run your photo through facial recognition, send a few emails, then move on. You've got maybe 3 weeks before anyone seriously looks for you. Most bank robbers get caught because they can't keep their mouth shut. A girlfriend, a drinking buddy, some guy at a bar who seemed cool. You stay quiet? You don't spend the money. No new car, no Vegas trip. The cash sits in a storage unit while you clock into your regular job like nothing happened. 6 months pass. Your case goes cold. You're still wanted, technically, but you're not wanted actively. There's a difference. You could live like this for years if you're smart. Some people do. Level 2, the regional threat. You hit 3 more banks. Different cities, same state, same method. Now there's a pattern. And patterns get attention. The FBI builds a task force. Small, just 4 agents, but they're locked on you. They call you the Hoodie Bandit in internal reports. Local news picks up the story. Your photo hits social media. Tips flood in, most of them useless. People spot you in Ohio, Florida, and Montana simultaneously. Then you make your first real mistake. You use your phone near a bank you're scouting. Just checking Google Maps, nothing illegal, but your phone pings a tower. The FBI doesn't have your number yet, but they have data on every phone in that area during your surveillance window. 3,000 devices. They start narrowing it down, and every time you scout a new location, the list gets shorter. You don't know this. You think you're being careful, but digital exhaust is piling up in databases you can't see. The net is tightening, and you won't feel it until it's already closed. Level 3, federal priority, a robbery goes wrong, a security guard pulls a weapon, you pull yours first. He survives, barely. But now you're not just a thief, you're an attempted murderer. Everything changes. The task force triples. A dedicated analyst builds a profile on you, where you strike, when you strike. The gaps between crimes. The geographic pattern you think is random, but isn't. Humans are terrible at randomness. We create patterns without knowing it. The analyst sees them all. Your face goes on billboards. $25,000 reward. FBI website. The media gives you a better nickname, something that sounds dangerous. You become a narrative, a threat, a slow news day story that people actually watch. Then an ex-girlfriend calls. She recognized your hands in the surveillance footage, the way you hold a gun, the stance. Something clicked. The FBI is at her door within hours. Level 4. The manhunt begins. They know your name. They know where you grew up, where you went to school, who your family is. Every person you've ever known gets a visit. Your mother cries and says she doesn't know where you are. See, which is true. Your brother says nothing and closes the door. Your bank accounts are frozen. Your email monitored. Every digital footprint tracked. You're out there somewhere. Motels, cash, fake names that work fine for clerks who don't care. You grow a beard, lose weight from the stress, start to look different from your photos. But you're running out of money, which means you need to hit another bank. You find a town so small it doesn't have a traffic light. Population 800. 1 bank, 2 employees. The FBI is focused on cities. You're betting on that. The robbery takes 4 minutes. $12,000. You're 3 counties away before the local sheriff gets a description. But something went wrong. The bank installed a new security system last month. Facial recognition. It captured your eyes, your gait, the exact way you moved through the door. The footage uploads automatically to a federal database. The match comes back in 17 minutes. Within a 100-mile radius, they mobilize everything. Helicopters, roadblocks, multi-state coordination. Your burner phone pings a tower outside town. They triangulate your direction. The radius shrinks. 50 miles, then 20. You don't know any of this. You're driving the speed limit on back roads thinking you got away clean. Then you see the lights ahead on Highway 63. A roadblock. You turn off before they spot you. But your heart already knows. That wasn't random. They're looking for you specifically. You ditch the car, walk into the woods. It's January. The temperature is in the 20s. You have a jacket meant for autumn, $12,000 in a backpack, a handgun, and one bottle of water. No plan, just distance. Level 5. The Fugitive. 3 days in the woods. Temperatures drop to single digits at night. You build fires and extinguish them before dawn, terrified the smoke will give you away. You eat half a granola bar a day. Your water bottle freezes. You melt snow in your hands and drink it, knowing it's dropping your core temperature, but having no choice. On the third night, you find a farmhouse. Dark, isolated, one vehicle, no movement. You watch for an hour, then break in through a basement window. The owners are gone. Vacation, maybe. Canned food in the pantry. Blankets in a closet. You stay 2 days, lights off, rationing everything. Then a neighbor drives past. Too slowly, looking at the house like something's wrong. You leave immediately. The task force finds your fire pits, tracks in the snow. They bring in bloodhounds. You hear them before you see them, baying through the trees, getting closer. You run, full sprint through undergrowth that tears at your clothes and skin. You cross a creek hoping to break the scent trail. It doesn't work. The helicopter appears overhead. Thermal imaging picks up your heat signature through the canopy. Ground units close in. You have maybe 10 minutes. You find a ravine. Slide down. Your ankle shatters on impact. You can't run anymore, can barely walk. The dogs arrive first, then the handlers, then tactical units with rifles trained on you from positions you can't even see. Someone's yelling you can't process the words. Adrenaline, cold, fear. You raise your hands. The gun is still in your waistband, but you don't reach for it. Some part of you knows that reaching means dying. They tackle you anyway, face in the frozen dirt, hands zip-tied behind your back. 15 months of running ends here, in a ravine in Missouri. Face pressed into soil that smells like decay. The charges stack up in county jail. Armed robbery, 14 counts. Attempted murder, assault, fleeing. Weapons, charges. Each count carries years. Together they carry decades. The federal prosecutor offers a deal. Plead guilty to 8 counts, 40 years, or go to trial and risk life without parole. You take the deal. The sentencing hearing lasts 20 minutes. The judge asks if you understand. You say yes. 40 years, federal prison, no parole. You'll be 71 when you're released, if you survive that long. 3 weeks later, a bus takes you to USP Leavenworth. 11 hours, shackled to 8 other men who don't speak. The prison rises on the horizon like a monument to failure. Concrete walls 30 feet high, guard towers at each corner, razor wire catching sunlight in a way that almost looks beautiful from a distance. It isn't. You're stripped, searched, issued a uniform that smells like industrial detergent, 8x10 cell, toilet without a seat, a bunk bolted to the wall, a cellmate who's been inside 19 years and stopped talking to new arrivals a decade ago. The first year is the hardest. Your name becomes a number. Your identity becomes a classification. Medium risk, general population. Cell block D, count time at 5 a.m., breakfast at 6, work detail at 7. The days bleed together, weeks become months, become years. You stop counting after 18 months. It doesn't help to count. Some inmates find religion, some find education, some find violence. You find routine. Kitchen work, library, yard, head down, no gangs, no trouble. Nothing that adds time to a sentence already longer than most marriages. 22 years pass. You're 53, gray hair, bad knees, scars from a fight you didn't start but had to finish. Your mother died while you were inside. Your brother stopped writing after year 7. There is no one waiting for you, no life to return to, just a release date that feels both impossible and inevitable. When you finally walk out, the world has changed in ways you can't process. The technology, the culture, the way people move through space. You're a ghost, a relic, $600 from prison wages, a bus ticket to a halfway house in Kansas City, a parole officer who's already skeptical. You were on a poster once, wanted by the FBI, hunted across state lines. Now you're just another ex-con trying to figure out how to buy a phone and apply for jobs that won't hire you. The most wanted list moves on without you. New faces, new crimes, new people making the exact same mistakes. convinced they're smarter than everyone who came before. They're not. Nobody is.